We're going out at night, which is fucking unusual. Mum said we're going to a witches' night market. I'm like, what the fuck is that? We're being surrounded by witches now? We even saw some crowns and I got to try one on, but then they didn't buy it for me because they said we don't have the budget for royal endeavors, which is absolute bullshit. I've seen her Amazon orders. They had lots of pieces of dead animal for sale, which was right up my alley. But Mum said that I could look but not touch, which again, I thought was fucking rude. I don't know what these creatures did to end up in this situation, but I would really just like a little taste. Just a tiny bite. Look, even Dad wants to try it. Had no clue what the fuck was going on here, but the vibes were somewhere between chaotic, neutral, and unmedicated. There were people with pointy hats. There was a big shed full of cleaning products. There were tables covered in crap. And there was some loser pushing around a cat in a pram. Oh wait, that's just you, Mum. I saw some baskets that looked cozy enough to crawl right into, just like your mum. Then the basket lady came over and touched me, so I just dissociated for a minute. We went back outside and I said, am I getting out of the vehicle now or what? And I finally got to get out and stretch my legs and have a sniff around the merchandise, and sure enough that started attracting a crowd because who wouldn't want to meet me? It was time for a lot of touching, but I will say, this was a pretty good crowd for the pets. Most people asked if they could pat me first, because, you know, consent is important, and I felt like this was the type of crowd that understood overstimulation and sensory overload. Then I saw one of those medieval parenting tools. I said, can I rent this? There were some pretty sus vibes here, like what the fuck? The walls are moving. We met more people and one of them said, that's an expensive cat. I said, you bet your ass I am. The people here all smelt very interesting, like patchouli, regret, and unmedicated ADHD. I saw some vehicles just like mine, but these ones had babies in them. I didn't say anything, but I was definitely judging. There were lots of suspicious as fuck tablecloths everywhere. This guy smells dodgy. Oh, that's my dad. And there were also lots of children, which I reluctantly sniffed and then regretted immediately. Gross. I was sensing some seriously fucking bad juju in this corner. I couldn't see anything, but something wasn't right. Something unholy. My nose said danger, my eyes said nothing. That's how you know it's spiritual, when there's no fucking evidence. I was absolutely frothing to just get on these tables with all these overpriced rocks. The next thing I know, I'm being touched by this woman wearing a witch starter kit who looks like she sunned her butthole for mental clarity. She smelled like sage and unprocessed trauma. Then I saw a dog, but the dog didn't see me. Then on the way out, my parents stopped for food, of course, because a Pluto pup is exactly what they needed to top off this spiritual experience. As if that wasn't enough, I also got in a race against another stroller in the line to get to the donuts. We finally got home and Envy had to check out all the smells and vibes, and she was really suspicious of the stroller, as if I brought home a spirit or something, which I might have. I named him Bob.